Hey everybody, welcome to Backroads Metal Detecting. My name is Jim Perry. So, got done with school at 3:30 today, quick went home and decided I wanted to come back out here to go metal detecting. It is an absolutely beautiful day in southeast Minnesota, just about 50 degrees. So I am back at Stone Barn Farm for my third visit here in 5 days. Hoping that third time is the charm. We'll see what might come up here. Today I'm going to focus my time along the lane that went between the home itself and the old stone barn. See what might turn up here. If it's really quiet here, I'm going to move up closer to the barn and around behind it along a body of water there. So see what we might be able to find. So again, the stone home was here. This is where the stone barn stands, dating back easily to the 1850s, 1860s. And then again, what I believe the homeowner, the property owner here said was the original well between the two. This is where I want to focus my time today. Got my first significant target. I had my detector on literally 20, maybe 25 seconds. I've got what I'm assuming is a shotgun shell stamp. Always finding those on properties like this. I'm seeing whatever it is right here. And it is not really thin. So it's not going to be a coin or a button, I don't believe. I'm going to guess a shotgun shell stamp. So wipe this off. Okay, wait a minute. This is not a shotgun shell stamp. I think I just found a ring. It sure appears to be one. Let me see if I can find my brush and wipe this off. I literally had my detector on 20 or 25 seconds. Let's see what this is. Maybe the third time was a charm today. And about 5 feet away and probably 10 inches down, another ring, but not of the same variety. This would be something to do with the farm here. And just a few more feet away, I'm out of breath. This one was way down there. Strong signal. Iron. I believe I've got a horseshoe. I do. But I've never seen one like this before, where it's got this support between the two. I have never seen anything like that. I wonder if that would have been for a very large horse. The Conestoga bell that I found really was maybe 25 feet in this direction. I can only picture covered wagon sitting here on the lane between the home and the barn. Horseshoe might have gotten dropped. Huge horseshoe. Must have been a massive horse. Very cool. This will clean up nicely. I've got a few of these that I have saved. I will definitely be adding this one to that collection. And no more than 1.5 feet tops away from that large horseshoe, I've got my next target. I can see exactly what it is here. Not sure if you can guess. Unfortunately, I hacked away at it with the end of my shovel. I'm hoping it's nothing too incredibly special. And it would be nice if it was whole. Oh, very stuck. Oh, my goodness. I've got what I'm going to assume here. Yep, absolutely silver-plated spoon. So straighten it just a wee bit. Let me wipe this down, see if I can get a maker's mark off it, and see how old it might be. Just give me a minute here. Well, the first 15 minutes here have been absolutely amazing. It actually is for sure a silver-plated spoon. It is called Bride Silver Plate by International Silver. The design on it is absolutely gorgeous. Information about it on the back. I took a minute to look it up online. and very quickly saw, again, Bride silver-plated spoon by International Silver. These were made in 1923. So a 99-year-old spoon, silver-plated on top of that. Very, very cool. And the next item was probably 8 or 9 inches down, just again a few more feet away from the last target. I have absolutely zero clue what this is, although it reminds me of pictures I've seen of old barrel taps. It is copper. I don't think that's actually silver on there, but I could be completely wrong. It's impossible for me to tell right now if the end piece here actually turns. It looks like it might, but I'm not positive. I'll have to get it cleaned up. But again, if you have an idea of what this might be, go ahead and let me know. I'd be very interested to know for sure what it is. And no visit to a property like this is complete without finding at least one of these. The Western Expert 12-gauge shotgun shell was made between late 1920s and the early 1960s. I'm hoping I filled in each of my holes well enough. You might be able to see them. I'm literally moving no more than 4 or 5 feet at a time here between the old stone barn and the home. Got my next target. It was loud and clear, probably 8 inches down. I started pulling it up a little bit and I realized what it was. So I grabbed the camera. This is the first of these that I've found here. Let's see if it's completely intact. It is. Beautiful, beautiful old axe head in great shape. I do have a collection of these now. I will be able to clean this up. I've got a few that I got to get taken care of, but I can only imagine that whoever was on the property at the time used this to cut down some of the trees that may have been growing too close to the home, or to make room for other equipment out here. Very, very cool. I'm going to set this up on my truck so I don't have to carry it back and forth. I'll put it with the horseshoe, as that was pretty heavy as well. Glad to have that today. So again, there's the home. And there is the old stone barn. And I don't know how I missed this last year. I knew that the original well was somewhere near here. I knew there was this depression right in front of me, but that's really, really large. The grass was tall then, but this is, I am absolutely 100% certain, the location of the original well here. You can see the stacked stones in a circle. I'll have to hit this area a little bit. There's an awful lot of trash over here, but maybe I'll get lucky. So this would have been the water supply for this property for a number of years. I know it's hard to see from this angle, but this is the well right here, and no more than 4 feet or so, and probably 8 or 9 inches down. This just popped out. Thought this was just another metal strap like some of the others I have found, but I do not believe so. This would be an old knife. Don't know if it would have been an eating utensil or if it would have been for something else. It's actually in pretty good shape for as long as it's probably sat here. So that I will also try to clean up and see if I can get any information off it. If not, that's okay as well. An old knife. So there's a hole where the knife was, so about 6 feet away and maybe 6 or 7 inches down. I've already pulled this out. I really didn't think it was anything, but once I got it out and got to take a look at it, I saw the taper to the end of it, and I saw that the top has very clearly been hit with something large and heavy. I'm going to assume that this was used for splitting wood here on the property. Maybe even with the end of that axe that I found before. That appeared to have been used to hit something like a hammer with the blunt end of it. So, at least in my head, that's what I'm going to assume this is. It is very heavy. Again, tapered at the end, assuming that it is used for splitting wood. So moving ever slowly toward the stone barn, and just probably 5, maybe 6 inches down, got a roundish item here. I have no idea what this is, but it looks like it is wiping off very, very clean. Oh. Now, I've never found one of these, but I believe it's a cow tag. I could be wrong. Let me rip it off of my pants here. I could be completely wrong. If there are any experts out there, please let me know. But I believe that this is a cow tag. It's in phenomenal shape. The ring must have broken off it, and that would be why it landed here. You can see where it's fairly worn, where the ring was attached. Beautiful piece. I'm glad I didn't smack that with a shovel. I might have just barely caught it here, or it could have been the rocks that were alongside it, but I will take that and be very happy with it. I can't believe the luck I'm having. So I decided to come just behind the barn here to dig last couple of holes, just see what might be back here before packing up to leave. And just a few inches down, this is all rock underneath here. I think I have a spoon. Oh, I do. This is very old. I am not going to be able to get information off of this, but it is a very, very old spoon. Oh, I still want to try to bend it back into shape, but I'm afraid it'll break if I do. Last time I did that, I destroyed a very impressive eating utensil. So, old spoon. Someone must have stepped out the back door here. Maybe they were fishing in the river just behind the barn. Maybe it got thrown out as trash, but very, very old spoon. Very, very cool. I'm thrilled to be taking that with me today as well. And just slightly further back behind the barn, just 3-4 inches down, my first little buckle in a while. Very, very nice. See how it wipes off here. Not going to take too much time with it here. It is starting to get a little bit darker, and I'm going to need to wrap things up. Appears to be, could be, I don't know if it's a higher quality iron, I don't know, or a brass. There's a little bit of corrosion, but it really is not falling apart at all. So, cute little buckle, very nice. There's a barn again. There's the last hole, no more than 4 feet away from that, and 3 or 4 inches down again. Got a beautiful, beautiful handle to what I'm going to assume is a dresser. That is a beautiful piece. That is amazing. Very, very nice. And with that, I am going to need to call it a day. I spent a little more time than I expected here. It's really spent a couple of hours detecting and digging one target after another. Quite a bit of trash, but far more items that I wanted to take with me than I expected. I've got everything set out here. Let's take a look at them before I got to get out of here. So, quite an assortment of finds today. In no particular order. The axe head and the very large horseshoe with the brace in between, expected at places like this. Always finding large iron rings as well. Always finding shotgun shell stamps. Today was a day for utensils though. There's the old knife that I found near the barn. The old spoon just behind it, the silver plated spoon that I'll need to do a bit more research on. Very, very cool. Buckles, always finding items like that in places like this. What I believe to be a cow tag. Then a mystery item, not exactly sure what that is. Again, it reminds me of a barrel tap. And last but probably nowhere near least, well, I've got the iron wedge behind it as well, I believe for splitting wood. But last and not nearly least, the ring that I really do believe, the more I look at it, is a men's ring that is just corroded badly. Very, very productive today. Third time is the charm. So, third time's the charm in the last 5 days out at Stone Barn Farm. Not that I wasn't happy with the bucket list items and the first evers the other 2 days, but today was phenomenal. One target after another. I am very much looking forward to returning here soon. I know that I'm going to be focusing my time and efforts over here near the barn. As always, thanks for joining me again today. Hope to see you again soon.